That's not Amy.
No, it's Rachel. Hey. I'm covering for Amy today.
No, that's not. Where's?
What's up, guys? Ready to flow?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, baby. All right, we have about 5 minutes. If you just want to warm up, grab a block, get some water, and then we'll get ready to get this on.
Thank you.
Right, Harry. Hey, everybody. Good morning. My name is Rachel. So nice for everyone to show up. We got a lot of people today. So I'm covering for Amy today. She should be back tomorrow. If you want a block, grab your block. I'll show you some modifiers in case you need them. And otherwise, we'll get started in Sukhasana. And just a reminder for everybody to mute your audio.
I'm muted.
Great. All right, so we will get started. We're going to start today in Sukhasana. So easy seated, comfortable position on the mat. I'll be right there with you. Coffee, cheers. Another week of quarantine, cheers.
Yes.
I dyed my hair blue. Cheers. That's what quarantine does to you, right? So just setting up here, I am getting into Sukhasana, easy seated, comfortable position on the mat. So starting in Sukhasana, we want our legs crossed. If your hips are open enough to come into a lotus position, you can certainly do that. And that's where I'm gonna start today. My hands are above my knees, palms up to receive or down to ground. Just close your eyes. Begin to settle into your space and engage your Ujjayi Pranayama breath. So start breathing in through your nose at the count of 3. Pause at the top, and then exhale at the count of 3. Pause at the bottom. Begin that slow, steady inhale, exhale of air that carries you through your practice. Just another reminder for everyone to mute as you come on. I'm going to bring my hands to heart center, bow my head and set an intention for my practice, for my day. There's something we can set an intention for each other, someone that's going through something in their life, or just to have a better day than yesterday. So simply bowing the head, closing the eyes, and setting a good intention. Take a breath in and a breath out. Begin to engage Muladhara Bandha. Sit bones are rooting down into the mat. As we begin to rise up, we're going to inhale the arms up overhead and exhale, twist to the right. So taking the left hand to the outer knee, gaze is way over the right shoulder. Inhale the arms back up overhead. Gaze is up. And exhale, twist to the left, taking that right hand to the outer left knee, gaze over left shoulder. Inhale, coming back up. Hands down the heart center. And we're gonna uncross the legs here, bring our feet together in Supta Baddha Konasana, and just take a bow forward. So bringing your third eye to the mat or as far down as you can get, walking the fingertips forward. Taking a few breaths here. Again, feeling the hip flexors open. Take one more inhale. Exhale, and we're gonna come up and into tabletop position on the mat. So setting up your shoulders over wrists, knees or hips width distance, and we're on the tops of our feet here. We're gonna take cat-cows. So inhale for Vinyasa, belly drops, gaze lifts. Exhale, Majariyasana, round the spine, push the mat away, pelvis forward. Try to deepen each breath. Vinyasa, tailbone and gaze lifts. Hold it there during that pause of breath. Exhale, Majariyasana. Pelvis goes forward, really cat round the spine and pause. Take 2 more rounds here. Inhale, Vinyasa. Exhale, Majariyasana, cat pose. Inhale, cow pose, Vinyasa. Exhale, Majariyasana, cat pose. Round that spine. Come back to tabletop position, setting up for spinal extension. So that right leg comes back, flexing that foot. It should be right in line with your hip. And we don't want to sink down into the belly. We want to scoop the belly in, engaging Uddiyana Bandha. Left arm comes forward, palms parallel with the side of the wall, side of the mat, and really reach here. We're stretching our spine, just waking everything up. Push down into that right hand to ground you. Push down into the back foot. Your gaze should be no further forward than the top of your mat. See if you can lift up one more inch and hold. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. We have 3 more at your own breath. Keep that back foot flexed. Follow your breath. Inhale as you come up. Coming back into that spinal extension. We're holding it and everything pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to take it out to the side. So take that left arm out to the left and the right leg goes out to the right. And we're trying to pull that right leg up in line with the hip. Keep that right shoulder stacked over the wrist. Gaze is down. Try to work on that balance and getting that right leg up. Everything's in line with the upper body. Slowly come back to center. We're going to reach back with that left hand, grab the outer aspect of the ankle and into that hand. So trying to get that knee up, gaze over left shoulder. See if you can lift up one more inch. Slowly come back to that spinal extension. Flex the back foot and gently release. Left leg extends. Flex the foot. Right arm extends. Taking all that pressure off that right wrist. Flex the back foot, turning the pinky toe in and really reach for opposite ends of the room. Again, trying not to strain your neck. Just lengthening it along with the spine. Really pulling in opposite directions here. Scoop the belly in, engaging Uddiyana Bandha. We're cat rounding in the shoulders. Take a breath in, lift an inch. And exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. We have 3 more at your own breath. Meeting on extension, and we're pulsing for 10. Little pulses, big pulses, whatever you want to do. We have 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it out to the side. So the arm's going to go to the right, and that left leg goes out to the left. Trying to get it in line with your hip here. If anyone's unmuted, just a reminder to mute that. Coming back to center. We're going to reach back with the right hand, grab the outer aspect of the left ankle. Gazing over right shoulder. See if you can lift that knee up one more inch. Really getting into that back bend and the opening of the shoulder. Slowly coming back to that spinal extension. And then gently release, coming into child's pose. So knees go to the width of the mat. As we bring our arms forward, just inching them towards the front of the mat. Pushing the palms down, resting them back onto the heels. Or resting your hip bones back onto the heels. And trying to get your elbows off the mat to activate this pose. Keep walking your fingers forward and then lift the palms coming up onto the fingertips. So getting a nice deep stretch in the shoulders. Thinking about your intention maybe one more time before we go through our flow. Coming back up onto the palms of the hands. Curling the back toes under, downward facing dog. Send your hips high. And taking any movement you need here just to open up, you can shake your head. Just allowing the neck to be weightless, so our gaze is to the back of the room. Pedal out the feet, just sending opposite heels to the mat. Opening up all the hamstrings, the calves. Let's bring our toes to touch, and we're gonna shift our heels to the right. Bring your big toes to touch. Shift your heels to the left. Keep grounding your heels down into the mat here. And we're pressing down firmly in the hands between the thumbs and forefinger. Come back to center. Take one more breath. Come up onto your tippy toes, and we're gonna walk to the top of the mat, taking ragdoll. So grabbing opposite shoulders, gentle bend in the knees, sway side to side. Shake your head, yes. Shake your head, no. Maybe shaking it around in circles, just opening up the neck. Take your hands behind your knees if it's in your practice, grabbing opposite elbows, and then shoot the knees back. So we're straightening the legs, just opening up the back of the knees here. Nice forward fold, so no stress in the back of the neck. Hands to the mat. Let's cross that right foot over the left, so pinky toes touch. Inhale for halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. For the deeper stretch, plant the left hand down. You can use a block to modify if you'd like. Inhale that right arm high, gaze up. Really bring that right shoulder back, so really stretching it open. Hands to the mat, let's uncross our feet. Cross the left over the right, pinky toes touch. Inhale for halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Deeper stretch, right hand plants, left arm lifts, gaze follows. Really pulling that left shoulder back. Round down into the feet, engaging Pada Bandha. Hands to the mat, let's uncross the feet. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Uttita Tadasana, tall mountain rise. Let's take Bikram half moon to the right. So just sending the hips over to the left. Send that right hip forward, biceps are glued to the ears. Come back to center, taking Bikram half moon to the left. So now that right hip comes forward, or I'm sorry, left hip comes forward, biceps glued to the ears. Inhale back to center, and take a baby back bend. Send your hips forward, and then gaze up at the hands as we follow our hands with our eyes. And Uttanasana fold, just taking it nice and slow for these Surya Namaskar 8. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga, so hands to the mat. Let's take a breath in. Everyone exhale, low plank. Shoulders are in line with the elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. We're on the tops of our feet. Thighs are lifted, gaze is up. Downward facing dog. Curling the toes under, hips high. Take a breath in. And exhale it out. Inhale, high in the toes. Bend the knees, step or float. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, Utthita Tadasana, tall mountain. Take that back bend if you'd like. Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Taking one breath in. And exhale it out. High in the toes, bend the knees, step or float. Inhale, halfway lift. Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, Utthita Tadasana, tall mountain rise. Take that back bend again. And Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. If you jump back, make sure you're jumping back to a low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Great job. We're back to our rest position. So we're taking a few breaths here before we start on our Surya Namaskar, B's, where we build up that heat and that intensity in our bodies. Does anyone have their heat raised up to 80 degrees? You can keep pedaling out here. Take one more deep breath. Sigh it out. Inhale, high in the toes. Bend the knees, step or float. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Uttanasana, fold. Big toes touch, heels apart. Utkatasana, queen chair. So coming right into it. If you're part of our squat challenge, I know those legs feel it. Sink down one more inch and then bring the arms back in line with the ears, trying to straighten your spine. Spread your hands wide so you're reaching up to alleviate that pressure off the legs. Take a breath in and sink one more inch on your exhale. Bring those arms back one more time. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale that right leg high. Bend the knee, open up the hip. Drive that left heel into the mat. Give yourself ankle circles if that feels good. You should be able to see your toes underneath your left arm. So getting that knee up nice and high, heel close to your seat. And then step it through warrior one, Virabhadrasana. So that back foot, we're pressing on that blade edge and it's at a 45-degree angle. Inhale as your arms rise. And again, that gaze stays up. Because as we reach up, again, we take pressure off those legs. So trying to get that right knee at a 90-degree bend so that knee's stacked over the ankle. And then rise up through the back thigh and the back of the kneecap. And just breathe here for a moment. With every inhale, reaching up high. Exhale, sinking one more inch. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat, chaturanga. Option for one-legged flow. High to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Inhale, exhale, bend the knee, opening up the hip. Drive that right heel down. Circle the ankle. Gaze under the right arm. Maybe you can see your toes. Get that knee up higher, heel close to your seat. And then step it through Virabhadrasana 1. So taking your time to set up, inhale as you rise. And then always concentrate on your hips too, so making sure they're even. The leg that dips back is the one with the hip that wants to go back. So bringing that right hip forward, left hip back. Inhaling the arms back up, sinking down into that 90-degree angle in the knee. Take a breath in, gaze up. Exhale, sink 1 more inch. Give it your best shot. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Chaturanga Dandasana or one-legged flow. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, high in the toes. Bend the knees, step or float. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana. I love me these chairs, guys. And we're gonna get low with it today, okay? We're coming up onto the toes. Heels are lifted. Now our ankles touch, calves, knees are forced together, thighs are squeezing together. Take a breath in, gaze up, and exhale, sink 1 more inch or 5, whatever you got. Bring those arms back. I want to try to get your thighs parallel with the floor while heels are lifted. Take a breath in. Uttanasana fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot steps, Virabhadrasana 1. Inhaling as you rise. Exhale, sinking down into this deep lunge. So making those micro adjustments to get you in this deepest variation. Now we're gonna sweep our arms back for an airplane warrior. So our palms are parallel with the mat. We're trying to get our right shoulder to the inner knee. You guys got this. Inhale the arms back up. Exhale, warrior 2. So the back foot shifts parallel to the back of the mat. Gaze over that right hand. Keep driving that right knee forward. Keep it over the ankle. Right hand flips. Inhale, reverse. Cartwheel the hands, chaturanga. Option for one-legged flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot steps, Virabhadrasana 1. Inhale, coming up. And then sinking down, exhale. Gaze up at those hands. And then we're gonna come down into that airplane warrior, bringing our arms back, palms parallel with the mat. And we're sinking down, our gaze is towards the top of the mat. Really concentrating on what binds you into the ground here. That blade edge of the back foot, pressing that left foot down, and using the upper body to pull you up. Shoulders come back. Inhale, arms back up. Exhale, warrior 2. So now we're just shifting that back foot parallel with the back of the mat. Gaze over left hand. Bring that left knee forward. Flip the hand, inhale, reverse your warrior. Cartwheel the hands, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot steps, warrior 1. Inhale, warrior 2. Flip the hand, reverse your warrior. Cartwheel the hands, chaturanga. High to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. To the left, left foot steps. Warrior 1. Warrior 2. Flip the hand reverse, inhale. Cartwheel the hands, chaturanga. High to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Taking a few breaths here. Hope everyone's feeling okay, nice and opened up. We're feeling a little sweaty. You can still pedal out those feet, just getting comfortable in this rest pose, or coming down and taking child's pose for a moment if you need to. We're going to shift our weight forward into our high plank. So just hinging forward, shoulders should go right over the wrists, butts down, bellies in. So engaging that Uddiyana Bandha. Let's bring that right leg up as high as the hip. And then bring it to our right elbow, holding it there. Drop it down to the wrist. Bringing it to the left elbow. Left wrist. Down dog split. Driving that left heel down into the mat. Knee to nose for cheetah pose. So really cat rounding the spine here. Holding it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step it in between the hands. Inhale, crescent lunge. So you can be all the way up here, or you can drop down to that back knee if you need that stability. Breathe into it. Trying to stack that right knee over the ankle. That back heel is lifted, arms straight up by the ears. Take a breath in. Bring your hands down the heart center. Inhale as you hinge forward, and then twist to the right. So getting that elbow to the outer right knee. Gaze over the right shoulder. Options, blossom the hands from here. Bringing that right hand down to the lower back. Maybe going for a bind if it's in your practice. So bringing that left hand under the thigh. Keep that gaze over the right shoulder. Great job. Frame out that front foot. Inhale back up, crescent lunge. We're coming right into airplane pose. So if you can picture it before you start it, we're just hinging off that back leg and coming into a balance here. So palms are parallel with the mat. Try to flex that back foot, getting it in line with your hip. Great job, guys. If you fall out, come back in. Here for one more breath. Dropping that back leg back down to your crescent lunge pose once again. Let's open up to warrior 2. Right hand flips, inhale, reverse your warrior, taking side angle pose. So that right forearm goes to the thigh, left arm lifts. Take the gaze up as you pull the body up. Keeping that right knee stacked over the ankle. Extended side angle, right hand to the inner foot, and that left hand comes overhead, bicep to the ear. Push that right hip forward, bring the left shoulder back. Bring the arm back and down to the lower back. Option to bind here if it's in your practice. And if bird of paradise is in your practice, step that back foot in, ground down, slow your balance, find your drishti. And once you are up, however sloppy it may be, try to out that leg. Coming back down into your bind. Or if you're staying here, We're coming back up into warrior two. Lift the hand, inhale, reverse your warrior. Cartwheel the hands, high plank. From here, we are taking Vasisthasana, so side plank on the right. Right hand down, left arm lifts. You have the option to modify by dropping to that bottom knee. You could always lift the top leg. Or if you're in that side plank, if you want more, just trying to lift that top leg. Stay here, flip your dog, or take wild thing. So reaching for the front of the room. And trust that your mat is not far beneath you. So trying to catch that wheel if you can. Then walking the feet in. Wherever you are, keep lifting the hips. Holding it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fallen triangle. So coming back around, left leg to the top right corner of the mat. So our arms should be stacked. Lift those hips. If you want more option to grab the blade edge of that left foot. And then try to really get that torso through that space of the body. Back to your high plank. And we're not done yet. Vasisthasana on the left. Side plank on the left. Option to get that right leg up. Stay here, flip your dog. Take wild thing. We're coming to a full wheel. Trust that your mat is there and trust that your hands will get you there. Keep lifting up the hips for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back around, fallen triangle. Right foot to the top left corner of the mat. Right arm lifts. Gaze is up. Again, you can try to grab that blade edge of the right foot. And then come back around to your high plank. Take 1 breath in. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Great job, guys. Long sequence. Take a sip of water if you need it. Downward dog is our rest pose or child's pose. So whatever you're feeling today, take a couple breaths here. We're gonna shift forward into our high plank. You guys ready? High plank, shift forward, shoulders stack over the wrists. Get adjusted. Left leg lifts, left knee, left elbow. Drop it down to the wrist. Right elbow. Drop it down to the wrist. Down dog split, bring it up and back. Knee to nose for cheetah pose. Cat round that spine. And then step the foot in between the hands for crescent lunge. Arms come up, inhale. I'll tell you what, I am sweaty. When we all get back to the studio, we're gonna be like, it's gonna be intense. Hands to heart center. Take a breath, hinge forward. Exhale, twist left. So getting that right elbow to the outer left knee. Gaze over the left shoulder. Option to blossom the arms. Option to bind. So wherever you're at today, taking that extension, taking that expression, getting deep into it, keep gazing over that left shoulder. Hands to the mat, frame out that front foot. Inhale, crescent lunge. Warrior two. Left hand flips, reverse your warrior. Inhale. Side angle, forearms to the thigh, right arm lifts. Keep that left knee stacked over the ankle, so keeping your form. Extended side angle, left hand comes in front of the foot and we're reaching forward. Bringing that right shoulder back, gaze is up. Bring that right arm back up and down to the lower back. You can stay here, keep pulling that right shoulder back, or take a bind if it's in your practice. If you have the bind option to try for bird paradise, stepping that back foot in, slowly grounding down, engaging Pada Bandha, finding that drishti. When you are up, kicking out that left foot, and then coming back into your bind. Great job, guys. Back up, warrior two. Right hand flips, inhale, reverse your warrior. Cartwheel the hands, chaturanga dandasana. Great job. Low plank, inhale, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, taking a few breaths here. Now I just realized I missed our airplane in our crescent lunge. What did I do? Let's step that left foot forward because we can't be unbalanced. We can't do it. Come right into airplane. Just kick off that back leg. Bring your palms parallel with the earth. Keep flexing that foot. Bring that pinky toe in. Try to get the back leg up in line with your hip. And let's just step that back foot forward. Take a forward fold. Let's wrap our peace fingers around our big toes. Bring your feet hips width distance. Just taking Padangusthasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. So really letting go of all that tension in the neck. Elbows are shooting to the back of the room as we're pulling our weight forward and down. And then shifting the weight into our toes as we pull up. Taking one more breath here. Exhale. Let's come right into Padahastasana. Slide the palms of your hands under your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. This time, elbows are going out to the sides of the room. Let go of all that tension in the back of the neck. And we're really rocking our weight forward as we pull up onto the feet. One more breath here. Exhale. And now we're going to come into Malasana. So I'm going to come into it this way. So deep squat. You can have your elbows to the inner knees, hands to heart center, or you can take two fists together for a deeper stretch. We're going to rock side to side here, just opening up the hips. Then we're going to send that right arm out long in front of the right knee. Left arm lifts, gaze follows. Switch sides. Switching sides one more time. Left arm lifts. Let's see if you can take that left arm down to the lower back. And then that right arm comes in front of the right knee. Seeing if you can bind here. If you have that bind, see if you can come into Marichyasana. So grounding down into the left foot, we're going to lift that right leg up high. And then the challenge is, and that's slippery as heck, The challenge in Vinyasa, just balance. So coming back into your squat, bringing the booty up. Send that left arm out long, right arm lifts. Taking that bind if you have it. And if you're practicing Vinyasa, step that right foot in and then come on up. Coming back down into your deep squat. Now we have our crow or crane practice. So we are going to set up for crow or crane. So setting your hands up, chaturanga arms, trying to get those knees up into the armpit crease. As we gaze forward, slowly begin to lift the toes. And then cat round in the upper shoulders. You can take this into a headstand if you're feeling that today. So whatever's in your practice, going from there. And then flowing it through. Inhale, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. So taking a few breaths for your practice. I will wait and catch up if you're still practicing that crow or crane. You can stop and get a sip of water. Meeting back in downward facing dog when you're ready. Still pedaling out your feet if you feel the need to. I always do. Let's shift forward into our high plank. Low plank for 3, 2, 1. Shoot it back up, high plank. Lower down to low plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. High plank, you guys got it. Keep those elbows in nice and tight to the ribs. 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. Hold this low plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Rest on either cheek. Palms by your sides. And starting with Salabhasana, our locust pose. So our palms are parallel with the mat. Zipper up the back legs as if they're one unit. So locust pose, Salabhasana. Bring your chin to the center of the mat. And inhale, lift the chin and chest. Lift the legs. Keep those legs pressing together. If you need to use a block for those feet, you can incorporate that. With every breath in, lift 1 more inch. With every exhale, hold it and explore that space. Take 1 more breath in. And exhale, release, opposite cheek. Take a couple breaths here. Ships figurehead version of Salabhasana. We're grabbing our elbows behind us. Chin comes back to the center of the mat. Again, all our legs are one unit. They're squeezed together. Inhale, lift the chin and chest. And kick up the feet. Feet should be no further than the top of your mat. We're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Next version is Dhanurasana, grabbing the outer aspect of the ankles. Make sure you're keeping your knees in line with the hips. So if you feel them jutting out towards the sides, be mindful to bring them back in. Chin comes back to the center of the mat. Flex the feet. Inhale, lift the chin and chest. Exhale, kick into the legs. Take your gaze up. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. One more version, unassisted version of Dhanurasana. We're grabbing below our toes. And in this variation, we want to peel our bellies up off the mat. So as if someone was going to come up to you and try to put something underneath your belly. You can rock forward and backward just to give yourself some assistance in that. So bring your chin back to the center of the chest, knees in line with the hips. Inhale, rise up. Up and into the hands. And then you can begin to rock. Really take that gaze up high. 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Great job. Windshield wiper the legs. Just rocking them side to side. Hands come to our ribs, coming into an upward facing dog. Lift the thighs. Push the pelvis down low. Take the gaze up and back. Come up onto the knees. Taking camel pose. Walk your hands up the spine. Ideally, we should stay in camel pose for 30 seconds to a minute ideally. So wherever you want to go with that today, push your hips forward as if there was a wall in front of you you're trying to hit. And then take your gaze back. Maybe you can drop your hands to your heels. Once you do it, keep pushing your hips forward. Take your gaze back. Great job, guys. Keep holding it and breathing. Send your breath out wide towards the sides. Just here for a few more breaths. Keep pushing those hips forward. If you're comfortable, maybe you can take your hands to the back of your knee creases. About 10 more seconds. And then gently release. Great job. Coming onto your backs for Supta Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet touch. We're lying down with the right hand over the abdomen, left hand over the heart. Just breathing for a few breaths here. And we're going to start with some abs. You guys ready? Legs up to the ceiling, 90 degrees. Try to flex them feet, hands come behind the head. And we're going to crunch for 10. Keep those elbows wide. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spread the legs, hips width distance. And then use your fingers to point. And we're going to crunch for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your hands by your sides. We're lowering our legs down to 60 degrees. Hold. 30 degrees. Hold. 10 inches or 2 inches. Gaze at your feet and flutter kick for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. Bring them up to 30, up to 60, up to 90. Hands behind the head. Crunch right elbow to left knee and back. Left elbow to right knee and back. It doesn't matter how fast you go. Just try to get them to touch. Keep flexing those feet. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Navasana, boat pose. So you can grab the back of your thighs for a moment, point the toes. When you're steady, get those arms up. And then we're coming down to 2 inches, low boat. High boat. Whew. Low boat. Everyone, let's try not to grab the back of our thighs. Give it all you got. High boat. Hold it. Hands to heart center. Russian twist. Surprise. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Low boat. 2-inch hold. Hold it there. Gaze at the feet. Last 10. Flutter kick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. I could not, this is a double negative. I could not grab the back of my thighs today. Taking a few breaths here and then taking your inversion practice. So if you're working on a headstand, handstand, whatever you want to take, I will guide you through shoulder stand into plow and death yogi. So lifting the booty up, legs come up, trying to make a straight line here. So bring your elbows in, walk your hands up the spine, bring your pelvis towards the back of the mat, and then flex the feet, bring your legs towards the front of the mat, straighten that line. Walk your hands up 1 more inch up that spine. So we're getting our heart above our head as a rush of fresh blood flow into the brain. Feet are flexed, we're dropping into plow pose. If your feet touch the mat, you can release that grip from your lower back. Maybe bind your hands behind you, grab opposite elbows, whatever you like. Keep trying to stack the hips over your shoulders. Death yogi, knees drop to the ears. Then we're just going to roll back and forth, taking our counter inversion. So if you took a regular inversion, just taking child's pose for a moment. If you took shoulder stand, let's take, let me see. Let's take a reverse tabletop. So coming up with our hands, fingers facing forward. Reverse tabletop, you can lift the hips so you're kind of in that square position. Or you can send the legs out straight and then lift the hips that way. Drop the head back so your gaze is back. Just holding this for a few seconds. And then gently coming back down. Let's bring our feet together, taking Baddha Konasana. Inhale the arms up and exhale, fold. For a deeper variation, you can take your forearms, placing them underneath your calves. So your palms are up. And then gently just bowing down. Coming back up out of this, legs go forward for Western forward fold. Inhale the arms up and exhale, fold, grabbing the blade edge of the feet, pulling the elbows back. So we're in a hunched over position, just trying to straighten the spine. Trying to get our forearms down to the mat here. And then pulling that chest forward. Great job. Let's bring that right leg over the left. And then we're going to take that left elbow to the outer knee, gaze over the right shoulder for spinal twist. Swap that sides, left over the right. You can bring that right foot in if you like. Take that right elbow to the outer left knee. Gaze over the left shoulder. Beautiful. Coming back to center. I'm gonna lie down flat on the mat, taking our last stretches. Spinal twist, bring that right knee in, hug it in tight. Bring it across the body, gaze right, keeping the right shoulder connected to the mat. Switching sides. Hug that left knee in, around the ribs. Bring it across to the right, gaze left. Taking happy baby next. So grabbing blade edge of the feet, rocking side to side, driving the knees down towards the mat to open the hips. As we massage the spine, you can straighten the legs. Oh, that feels good. Bend the other leg. Oh, that popped. That felt good. Now that we're nice and stretched, Savasana to end our practice. Bringing your legs wide to the sides of the mat, toes falling out to the side. So we're releasing every muscle from the body, just grounding down into the mat. Releasing the tongue grip from the top of your mouth. Letting go of all thought. When you're ready, wiggling your hands and toes, rolling the ankles. Bring your knees into your chest, giving yourself a hug for your practice, for everything it was and everything it wasn't, recognizing your practice is perfect as it is every time you step on the mat. Coming up into Sukhasana, easy seated, comfortable pose. So full circle back where we started. palms up to receive or down to ground. We'll take 3 breaths here together. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through your nose. Let it go through the mouth. One more inhale. Exhale. Thumbs up to your third eye. Thank you for allowing me to guide your practice. Have a great week, everybody. From Mikasa to Sukasa, namaste. Thank you so much. You guys did great. Have a wonderful day, everybody. We did it. Have a good day, everyone. Thank you, guys. Hey, Kat.
Thank you.
Thank you. How you doing, girl?
Good.
Good. How you
Oh,
guys feeling?
good.
Awesome.
Class today.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. See you later. Bye.